What is an idea? The idea that life may end is an idea until the idea itself goes. The human mind is built up of ideas. Through some sort of intuition initially, but also moving into an assumption, and often an exaggeration. And the exaggeration can take you to look for something that may exist in your conditioned mind in a particular way or a particular experience. But it is in fact just an idea. The idea that God exists and what God is and where God lives and all that stuff are simply ideas born from thoughts, born from ideas of a need or of a desire, or to raise something of interest, to say, let's look, let's inquire. So the idea to inquire throughout the centuries has been interpreted to that what can be taught. You don't have to self-inquire. We have teachers who are perfectly adequate to teach you what they know, passed down by their elders, their predecessors, so that we can continue this idea that we can find out what is going on in this universe, in this planet, if there's a God, if there's not a God, by exploring and raising and inventing and creating all ideas. The idea itself is the problem, but the idea will solve the problem. The idea that solves the problem is the idea that I must find out this on my own, without this mind, without what I has inherited, or I has been conditioned or programmed into believing or hoping or needing or wanting or associating with or attaching to. I does not really want to be disturbed with ideas, because ideas lead to hopes and beliefs and time and a possible resolution in the future. The idea that I can find God, whatever this God is now, is an idea, but the idea that I can find God right now is completely plausible, completely feasible, right now, not in the future. The moment I drop the idea that God exists, the moment I drop the idea that I exist, I cannot not exist, because I is life, not an idea, not a beginning and an end and a middle state. I am ongoing existence. But is this an idea from this speaker, from this mind, from whatever is speaking, whatever talks? When we put something in front of us, when the mind puts something in front of us, a hope, a belief, a need, an idea, a question, it has to be followed by something like an answer, something like a resolution, something like a final outcome, something that transcends into what the idea is trying to establish. When the idea is dropped, the answer is dropped. When the answer is dropped, there's no more questions. When there's no more questions, there's no more ideas to try and improve and find and seek and create and prevent and cure and tend to and need and evolve into and transcend into, all that stuff, good stuff and bad stuff. When that idea drops, there is only what there is. And what is there, you see? The mind will quickly say, well, there's you in the world. Well, that's an idea. The idea that you are a you is an idea. The idea that the body is an idea. These are names. These are ways of trying to... We must remain here as this human species. We must, at that point, human wasn't a word. We must remain here. How can we remain here? How can we pitch our tents? How can we stay here for the entirety of life? How can we, just put our... Like the dog urinates on its territory. This is our planet. Okay? So from that we have to create and invent ways that we cannot be moved. We cannot be taken out of this system, this planetary place that we have been put on. When in actual fact, there's absolutely no way that you can be removed. Unless we build ideas to put ourselves before nature, put ourselves before the planet, put ourselves before the universe by exploring and destroying and breaking up and analysing and measuring to see what we can do to find out where we came from and the way that we can continue to be powerful and own this planet. All of this was based on a need and a desire and a mistrust, a non-acceptance. We are simply nature. We are simply here to witness the most beautiful, most mysterious, most unknowing, whatever it is, and be in awe, be in honour, and worship the opportunity to be alive in a body and breathe and just experience the clouds moving, the colours on the landscape. And then we give the colours an identity. Oh, that's red, that's blue, that's green. I like red better than I do blue. I have preferences. I have preferences to this earth. There's certain things on this earth I now dislike. There's certain things that I still like. And then we have the likes. The likes are dissected into, I love that colour of red. I loathe that colour of red. So the loathe puts in the dislikes, and that some of the dislikes come up and take precedence on some of the likes. And there's a mass mind organisation, a mass mind lecture hall. Yes, let's have a discussion on red. You have broken it, the mind has broken it down from everything is one whole beautiful system that works on its own without interference from a human mind, breaking it up. But we're not breaking up the earth alone. We're breaking up our mind. We're breaking up our brain. We're breaking up our wisdom. We're breaking up that what we really, really, really brought to this planet. That was before ideas. That is absolutely evolving on its own. We don't have to build ideas, create thoughts, raise questions that are unanswerable. It is nature to allow these things to be revealed in nature's own time, not the time that we create. That's another idea. It's an idea that the sun circulates this earth in one day. Someone else could have made up and said, the sun circulates this earth in 1 year. Yeah? Therefore, that 1 year that we assume is 1 day, we're going to live till we're thousands of years old. But because we shorten that circulation, we shorten the answer, the time span that we create. Therefore, we only live 365 days. When we could actually live 365 years a year, or whatever the other name that you would use to use that. We are just creating time for our own benefit, for our own enjoyment, for our own... We can do it, We have this power. You see, the power that spiritual and saints and gurus speak about is not the power of the human body and the power of what the human body can do to improve and create and change and and enhance. It is the power of your whole being. The power of our whole being is beyond the forms and the space on this planet. The forms and the space in this planet are results of our power, allowing them to be limited and to take on a mind just to enjoy what we have seen, created, seen, and can limit for the mind's purpose of simply contented joy. Ideas are thoughts. Thoughts are imaginations. Questions rise from thoughts. When questions arise, there's a need to answer them. When the answer doesn't come, there's a need to create more questions, more needs. And we continue to build billions of questions, billions of thoughts, billions of ideas, but the answer is always the same. The answer is that what is unknowable. The answer is that what you perceive through your emotional, sensory body, without names, without descriptions, without measurement, without values, without analysis. You're here as absolute 100% pure joy, pure love, pure contentment, with ideas that mask and veil what you're here to see, what you're here to be, what you're here to experience yourself as. The only idea that you need is, I have an idea. I need to find the truth about what I am. Not about God, not about universe, not about nature, not about the body. That what is encased, appears to be encased within this body, is not encased within this body. It is everywhere as its own consciousness, with a limited mind, able to identify that for now, for this period that is beyond time, beyond ideas, beyond questions, beyond concepts, I just appear as whatever I is. And if there's a need of suffering, a need through a longing, a deep desire to understand the truth that I am, then the idea to self-inquire will blow all these little minuscule ideas out of the universe, out of the cosmos, and you'll be able to see what not many will see, the truth about yourself.